looks a bit like the BBC song.
It does. Welcome to CTI Digital. Hi guys, so today we're here at CTI Digital in Manchester and I've got Ian and Raj with me. So you'd like to tell me a bit about yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So we're a Manchester-based digital agency. We specialise in Magento and Drupal. My name's Ian Cassidy, I'm the Magento director, and I've also got Raj Chevley with me, who's one of our lead developers.
I'm here today to talk to you about your Magento Configurator.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So those of you that went along to the first Mage Titans will have seen Rick Stepples, our tech director, give a talk on Configurator, and we'll pop the links to those slides in the description. And what Configurator is effectively, it's a means for developers to be able to put what we call state in a version control environment. So when you're approaching the Magento project, you can version control your HTML, your CSS and your JavaScript, but what you can't version control is the state of that application. So anything like your CMS pages, the products within that environment, any users, any permissions or roles, and so on and so forth. So using Configurator, you can specify in YAML a series of components and you can have that version control within your site. One of the unique benefits of that is when you're deploying to different environments, we can run those components and bring in that data. So let's say, for example, we've worked on a feature and we're passing that feature over to QA. It's past QA and we now want to bring that feature forward to stage. We can use the same components to put that data in every single environment and be confident that all of those environments are a mirror image of each other.
So, as a developer, have you found that it's slowed you down, sped you up, saved time, effort, money?
Yeah, so obviously when initially creating a configurator, it's a bit slower, but once you have it, for every subsequent project, it's very quick, very easy. It falls very nicely in line with our processes, and we can't live without it now, pretty much. Yeah.
So, if I say I'm a developer, and I come across your configurator, how easy is it for me to use it, to get it, and how would I take advantage of it?
So we've obviously got Magento 1 configurator and Magento 2 configurator. Magento 1 is a case of installing as a module. There'll be some instructions on there and it's just filling in the blanks. There'll be a few sample files on the GitHub project that you could play around with and it should just work out of the box. Magento 2 similarly should work in a similar way. Obviously Magento 2 is still in its infancy, but we're committing to that very regularly and that should be in the similar position to Magento 1 soon.
Oh, perfect. So the Magento 2 configurator, have you found it harder or easier to create? What have you come across different or the same kind of barriers as you've been trying to create this configurator?
Yeah, so Magento 1 configurator was a bit of a learning curve for me as well in terms of learning Magento. Magento 2 configurator also I'm learning Magento on the spot as well, so it's helping me like learn Magento 2 at the same time, and it is a lot harder though, I'm gonna say, but I think it's quite valuable.
And one of the other useful things about configurators, now you can also define environment-specific configurations. So let's say, for example, we're working with a client who has different credentials for their payment gateway that we're using from a sandbox environment for test mode and then a production environment for those live details, stored separately and processed separately as well.
How long off do you think the Magento 2 configurator is? Because I feel like we're going to need it.
Yes, it's at the moment we're getting we've got the main components in there. We still got to do attributes and attribute sets. I think once those are done, I think we're in a good position to say version 1's out there. Obviously, there will still be gaps in terms of what Magento has to fill in. So it's an ongoing process really. We're hoping in the next. I can't give you time or such, but
it's a very good point. So, Configurator's up on GitHub. There is a roadmap up there of features that we want to add. This is why we are here. We need your help. Please go onto the GitHub, have a look through the documentation. You'll see that there's a roadmap up there of features that we want to add. So please send us a pull request with your thoughts, or you can raise an issue on GitHub, or by all means, if you need any help getting Configurator up and working, please contact us directly on Twitter.
So let's hope that people get involved. Have you had many people involved from the community so far? Are people helping? Is interested?
Yeah, there's a few people. There's a couple of pull requests I need to view still. So
yeah, need your pull request sorting out. Please speak to Devesh.
This is the guy you need to act on Twitter.
Yes, on GitHub. Yeah, so there's a few people and there's a lot of interest in terms of people wanting to help as well, so obviously the more hands the better.
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks for having me. And have you got any other interesting news, anything else you'd like to share?
Yes, so we're experimenting all of the time. We are due to announce something real soon, so that piece of work is related to Magento 2 front end. We've created a nice little UI pattern library that uses Sass. One of our lead front end developers, Suresh, has been working on that. Details will be out really soon, but stay tuned.
Oh, interesting. Cliffhanger. You can like halfway you can lean back in these chairs. Does it make it easier to fall asleep in meetings?
I was going to say,
Oh, lucky! I like this. This is the best chair.
There you go.